What is going on, guys? It's your boy Zenf. Today we're going to be doing a new Destiny 2 video. Now today we're going to be showing the location of where Xur is exactly at, and we'll be also going through a full breakdown on my honest opinions and what works well with all the weapons. For example, if one is better in PvE or better in PvP. So I'll be going through a full breakdown on how each weapon, how each item works. Now whenever you open up Destiny and you open up the director, you want to go to the rig, you want to fast travel to the rig, and that is where you're going to be able to find Mr. Xur. Once you get to the rig and you actually spawn in, you want to go wherever I'm going at the current moment in time. He's actually right under here, hidden right behind everything, and here's Mr. Xur right in here. So you basically just follow the path that I just decided to go to, and that is where you will find Mr. Xur. Right off the bat, whenever you open up Xur's inventory, you'll see 4 different exotics. The first one being the only weapon that he is selling, called the Wardcliff Rocket Launcher, which is an exotic rocket launcher. This weapon fires a volley of rockets. This weapon is optimized for an especially explosive payload, greatly increases blast radius, slightly decreases handling speed, and slightly decreases projectile speed. The third perk that you will see for this weapon is Extended Mag. This weapon has a greatly increased magazine size but reloads much slower, greatly increases magazine size, and greatly decreases reload speed. Then the fourth one you will see is Mechanized Autoloader. This weapon automatically reloads on ammo pickup. And then the fifth perk you will see is Composite Stock, which allows this weapon to have a versatile dual-purpose stock, slightly increases stability, and slightly increases handling speed. The second exotic that Xur is selling is an exotic helmet for the hunter called the Foe Tracer. The main perk is called Relentless Tracker, and it visually marks targeted enemies, deals more damage to low health marked enemies, and then you can also choose to increase its resilience or increase its health recovery. The third exotic that Xur is selling is a pair of Titan exotic gauntlets called the ACD/Zero Feedback Fence. You have Fear Conductors, which allows melee kills build up explosive energy within the ACD/Zero Feedback Fence. Being struck by a melee attack unleashes this energy in a devastating explosion, while having the ability to increase your resilience or increase your health recovery. And the last exotic that Xur is selling is a pair of gauntlets called the Sun Bracers for the Warlock. It has Helium Spirals, which increases the duration of solar grenades and grants grenade energy on solar melee hits, while also granting the ability to either choose increase mobility or increase resilience. Right off the bat, I can tell you, if you're an exotic collector or you just love rocket launchers and you're looking for something that has a lot of power to it, definitely pick up the Wardcliff Coil Exotic Rocket Launcher. This thing acts as though it's a Gjallarhorn. It's not as tough as a Gjallarhorn, but it definitely acts as though it's a Gjallarhorn. This thing does an enormous amount of damage, especially in PvE, and is great to be used on final bosses such as in strikes or high valued targets during public events. And this thing is great for PvP. It literally destroys guardians and can kill multiple guardians at one time. I personally know from my experience, whenever we were doing trials last week, we were getting melted by a few of these. These things are just very fearsome and definitely a must-have. The next exotic, which is an absolute must in my opinion, like this is undoubtedly the best helmet that you can possibly get for the hunter. Now this thing marks enemies when they're damaged, and it also does extra damage, and I can tell you right off the bat, if you're using this helmet with a Mida, you are going to absolutely melt targets. Now this is more useful in PvP than it is PvE, but this helmet is a beast and a must-have, and it just looks absolutely amazing. It's the best looking hunter helmet in my opinion, and it does so much work. It's very helpful in Crucible. The third exotic is the Titan pair of gauntlets called the ACD/Zero Feedback Fence. I can tell you right off the bat that I use these, and I don't think I'll ever use another exotic for my Titan unless they make something better in the future, but this thing is amazing. It actually causes extra damage whenever people try to melee you, such as a PvE target or a PvP target. It will cause extra damage to that opponent. Most of the time, if someone tries to melee you, and especially since you're already a Titan anyways with good melees and shoulder charge, you are probably more than likely, if not 95% or more of the time, you're going to win melee only battles if you have these gauntlets. They're just that good. The fourth and final exotic is called the Sun Bracers, which is a Warlock gauntlet. I would definitely say that unless you're using Dawnblade, I wouldn't even bother using these. Consider that it does increase the duration of solar grenades and grants grenade energy on solar melee hits, so if you're not using Dawnblade, it's basically useless to use these gauntlets. I will say though, just like the Foe Tracer, these gauntlets look really cool, so if you want them just to be an exotic collector or you want them for show, definitely pick them up, but unless you're using solar energy such as Dawnblade, I wouldn't even bother using these unless, of course, like I said, you want to use them for the look. With that being said, this is the end of today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy and found somewhat of this information very useful. If you guys do have any questions, by the way, about any of the exotics for specific reasons, let me know in the comment section below, and I will definitely try and get to you and answer any of your questions that you have. But if you guys did enjoy the video, please smash that like button, and I will see you guys on the next video.